We are back for another exciting episode of the hashtag Wednesday Match Play. I hope the team at Eat Sleep Golf is still doing okay. I haven't heard from them in a few days, so I don't have any questions for them tonight, but that's okay because I have about 20 questions of my own for tonight's guest. And the cool thing about tonight's guest is I've got one right here. This isn't the actual guest. This is the product that we're going to be talking about. And it's the golf swing right now. And, well, it pretty much is that. It's short. It's perfectly weighted. And if I wanted to go right over there, and I almost might, just to swing right now. So hence the name. But I am pumped about tonight's show. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently, and I'm gonna try in the future to make the intro and the outros of these talking about past guests and then talking about upcoming guests. But I have literally no idea who is next week because I'm not worried about that. I'm focused on who is right now. And where we are right now on the other side of this is literally the other side of the planet. She was talking about it being winter where she's from, where here it's going to be 117 this weekend. So let's get excited about that. That is a good excuse for me to stay inside. But we have Anita Bast-Cook with us from Golf Swing right now. And I have been using this product, and I use it a ton, almost daily. And I am pumped to learn more about it. And versus me trying to explain it, it's pretty simple to explain, but I guarantee there's a lot of stories that come along with this. So, Anita, welcome to the Wednesday Match Play.
Hi, Ricky. Thanks so much.
Let's start this whole conversation by talking about the product. Where did it come from? How did you get involved? And talk about Mr. Ryan, because I know that he's the inventor of the product. So let's just paint a story quickly in the next couple of minutes of where this all came from and how you got involved.
Okay. Well, Cleet is a real character. He's Australian. He was born here in Townsville, and he moved to Rhode Island. So all of a sudden, he's gone from having golf anytime, because Townsville is beautiful weather year-round, to being stuck inside, not being able to swing a club for 4 months of the year. So he decided that he needed to do something about this. He had a NASA scientist up the road who invented the first Mars rover, and Justin and he spent countless hours inventing what you have on your lap right there now. Very simple, very straightforward, and super effective. But a lot of science has gone into it. So, yeah, it's just the perfect little club. So that enabled Cleet to practice wherever, whenever, and that's how it came about.
That is really cool. I mean, and I feel like some of the best golf training aids are the most simple. And this is, I mean, it's a grip and a shaft and a weight, and you wouldn't think that something, oh yeah, okay, great, yeah, I can swing it wherever. It really feels like a club, and it helps you work both with tempo and timing, and then it is a fantastic device, and I've been using it, like I said, nonstop for the last few months. So is there a patent on this? I mean, could somebody else go out and try to replicate it, or in the process, was there a patent put on this product?
Yes, we actually have a US patent and European and Japanese patents pending. The device itself actually has another piece of equipment that we're working on. It's in the engineering stages at the moment. So it will be to help beginners get into the sport. Now, when beginners buy our products, of course, we recommend a coach, because that's just the best way to put it. Everybody's got their own swing, their own style, and to really get the benefit out of any club, you need to know how to swing it. So we recommend a coach, but this new development that we have, this extra piece of equipment that I can't reveal just yet, is in the engineering stages, and it will really enable the beginners to have just that extra support of where to put your hands, where to put your arms, and how to keep them together. And yeah, so that's very exciting too. But there is a patent, yes.
That is really cool. So now I'm excited to hear what's next and what's coming up. So one of the questions I'm going to ask later is about what's next. So that might be what's next. So there are a lot of golf shows out there, the PGA Merchandise Show being one of the biggest ones in Orlando, Florida. Have you been to that? And does Golf Swing now go to that every year? And what are some of your other exciting golf shows worldwide that you like to attend?
Okay, we actually are just getting into we started off with a massive budget, then patents cost a lot of money. So we ended up exhausting our budget on that. However, we have just struck some really cool endorsements from the likes of Tim Herya, who's Anthony Robbins' golf coach, and we are also looking to receive some funding from another direction, and are hoping to be at Orlando. Is it January?
Yeah, it's in January every year.
So that is in our plan. So yeah, but at the moment, a lot of our marketing and a lot of our getting out there is online. So yeah,
and that's a good segue, because one of my questions was about what your online presence is. You never know, one, that you're an Australian company, but two, the product is so well put together in terms of the online branding. So is there a marketing team that you work with locally, or do you just do it all in-house?
We do have a local marketing team, but it is in-house. It's our own. We're very fortunate that our little group of investors are really cool salespeople and marketers. We have actually used a couple of overseas companies in Pakistan, and our website designer is actually in India. So we outsource where we can, but on the home front, on the front, what's being written and all that sort of thing, we're very involved on that front, because we want to keep it personal. We want to really add value as a company. We started out as a product, but we want to create a company around that really supports golfers and encourages them to practice when they can't get to a course, and really have that confidence to go on the course, knowing that they have the swing that will get the good shots, So,
yeah, absolutely. So
yeah.
Sports Product Reviews named the trainer Best of the Year. What are some other accolades that you have received with the trainer, and are you looking to get some going forward, or kind of what's the strategy behind tracking those down and getting those lined up for the product?
Well, they actually tracked us down, which was really cool. Yeah. And I guess our strategy at present is to keep getting those cool reviews, because it's the guys who know how to play golf, who are really benefiting and really feeling the benefit of using the swing right now. So we've just recently had the likes of Peter McWhinney give us a review. He was an Australian player, tour player, and won the Japanese Open a long time ago now. But a really great guy, and just loved it. Francois Horton, who's very involved in South African golf. I was speaking with him just recently, and he just loved the feel. He says it's really hard to explain, and he said, but it's the feel. And I'm like, I need you to be specific, Francois, give me something. He goes, oh, you can feel the feel. And oh, goodness.
That might be the best review I've heard yet. You can feel the feel. I hope he wrote that down. I wanted to review this, and I really feel bad that I never did, because I'm the same way. Like, there's no way for me to really put it into words. Like, you've got to put it in your hands to, well, I'm sorry, but you have to feel it.
Yeah.
To swing a golf club, to feel like you're swinging a full golf club right there in the corner of your room. So
that's right. Absolutely.
But I was excited whenever we were able to get this interview lined up, because it is cool to learn more about it and to hear a little bit about the history of it. And the device itself retails for $99.99. I'm curious where that number came from. How did you decide to charge $100 for it? Was it something with the product and how much it cost to produce? Was it just the number that made most sense with market research? Where did that number come from?
Okay, there was a certain amount of market research went into it, and then of course, you look at things online. If they're too cheap, they look like they are cheap. We wanted to keep it affordable, but we also wanted to make sure that our retailers have got enough move in there as well to be making their mark, their income as well. So it was a balance between making sure that our retailers could have their cut, and that we can actually pay our bills and ourselves, and just keep it affordable for golfers, because we're actually really excited. Just recently, we've had some reviews from physiotherapists in regards to using it in the workplace. And so that is going to be our next, like we're still working on, of course, attracting more retailers and that sort of thing, and of course our online shop, but to get into workplaces where guys are sitting for long periods of time, and I say guys, I know that's very general, sorry, but you guys are really good at sitting at computers for hours and hours and not getting up and not moving, you know, that every hour that's recommended. So this hopefully will be a key to getting guys up out of their chairs and doing something and keeping healthy. I mean, if you can improve your golf game at work and work's still paying you, where's the downside?
Well, and I work in the golf business and I sit all day. There are times where I get to the office and I get up when I leave. Like I'm just so ingrained in my work. So now where is this thing produced? Where in the world are these being actually produced and manufactured?
Well, we have looked at having them manufactured here in Townsville, and one of our local plastics supplier was really keen and, you know, brought the price down as much as he could. And he said, we can match China if we don't pay anybody. I said, well, that's just not going to work. So at present it's China. However, we are still working on perhaps producing the expensive part of the device in China and then having it shipped to Australia and putting it together, and, you know, all the plastics and the grip and things like that here in Australia, because we want to put Australian made on it. You know, we're pretty patriotic down
That's
here.
really cool. So are any LPGA, European Tour, PGA Tour players using one? And if so, who?
I wish. I really wish. We have contacts for Jason Day, and we're still working on getting to him. You know, it's hard. There's a balance between looking like, you know, we just want them for their endorsement and really genuinely wanting to help their game. So it's a matter of coming in the back door. We've got, you know, everybody's related here in Australia some way or another. So one of my friends knows Jason Day's sister. So yeah, we're hoping to get through there. We also have one at Greg Norman's house, or his house here in Australia. His mum has one. So I've made contact with her, and she said, oh, this is really good. I'll make sure Greg has a go when he comes home next. So we're contacting people on LinkedIn and just building that base and making sure they know that we're genuine. You know, heaps of blogs and information and stuff that's helpful, not only, especially to golf clubs and things like that, because there are quite a few golf clubs struggling at the moment. So, you know, not only to say, here's another product you can sell, which sometimes can be harder than you know, saying we'll do something for you. So, you know, we're giving business tips, you know, just little things that might help, might be something they hadn't looked at before and might help them along the way too. So, you know, just building that to a professional base on LinkedIn and keeping our ear out for people who know people, and, you know, we do it the old-fashioned way, I guess.
So I'm Tiger's biggest fan. That doesn't mean that I know him necessarily, but I don't think he's swinging too many clubs right now. So maybe he could get one of these in his hands and start swinging that.
Oh, brilliant.
So are there any horror stories that you've heard of broken windows or broken tables or bloody noses? Or, like, I mean, I can imagine that this could potentially, because I'm swinging it inside, somebody comes around the corner or it slips from my hands.
Well, actually, no, nothing disastrous, that's for sure. Probably the only one we've really heard of is a guy called Chris Berquin, who writes for a US magazine, golf magazine, and he plays a lot of golf. So he has one, and he did a review for us, and he sent us the review, and that was great. And then a couple of weeks later, he said, I thought you guys might want to see this. And he starts the review, and then the the camera just goes boom, boom, boom. It falls off the table because he's bumped it. But that's our biggest disaster to date.
All right, I like that. So, am I allowed to keep this in my golf bag when I play a round of golf, or how does that work? I mean, I got 14 club limit. Does this count as a club?
Unfortunately, it's not allowed on the course in a professional game. That's in Australia. I've checked with the Australian PGA rules, and yeah, unfortunately, they count that as a device that is not to go onto the course, because it would be. I mean, it is perfect.
Yeah, I've got like 3 drivers in my bag. I probably got like 15 or 17 clubs in my bag right now. So if I threw this in there, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. So that's good to know, though. So let's say that let's say that I buy one of these and I'm using it and I don't like it. Is there a return policy? And if so, what is the return policy?
Absolutely. You send it back. We'll free. In fact, we've just revised that. You keep it, and we'll refund your money.
I get that's not real. That's
confident we are.
Wow. Well,
if you don't want it, give it to a friend.
Well,
give it to someone who knows how to play golf.
No kidding. Well, coming from somebody that doesn't know how to play golf, it's not going anywhere, and nobody can use it because it's pretty much mine. Like, it's funny because I went down to get it this before we started, and I was like, I know exactly where it is because I use it all the time. It's right there by my golf bag.
Awesome.
So we talked about it being $100. Do they ever go on sale? Do you ever run sales around holidays or what have you? Or are there any ever special promotions or offers that you run?
We do, and we often advertise our coupon codes. You'll find them on Facebook or on Twitter, LinkedIn. We have one currently running for a $20 discount for Father's Day, because I know it's coming up over your way. And the product is generally, sometimes they arrive in 3 days, sometimes in 10 days. So, if you were to order now, you could have it before the 19th of June. And Father's Day, if you just all lowercase, all one word, if you put that in the coupon that's on the website, that will come in as a discount. Well, and we've just revised our US dollar as well, because we were selling in US dollars. Now we're selling in Australian dollars. So you guys get it even cheaper again.
Oh my! Well, that's really cool, and I'm glad that you knew Father's Day, because 19th. All right,
yes,
19th. Remember that. So, on average, how many of these do you sell per year? I'm sure you got a number in your head. You may not know exactly, but how many of these are you selling on a yearly basis?
That's not enough. That's all I can say at the moment. Have I still got you there, Ricky? I think we've frozen. Hello?
Planet right now.
Oh, here we go.
Okay,
hello.
Here we go. I was like, I can hear you and I can see you, and I just said that's because you're on the other side of the planet right now. So technology. So on the website, you have a blog, and I, as a blogger, can appreciate and respect a blog, and I love blogs. Tell me about that. How often are you putting content on that, and where does the content come from?
All right. We did have content coming from our friends in Pakistan, and they were doing a great job with then being reviewed by us and making sure the content was, what we wanted in a blog. But regular now, it's us. We've decided to keep the blog running ourselves. So yeah, and that's generally once a week, once a fortnight, depending on how motivated I am at the time.
That's awesome.
But I really I prefer to do video blogs, and we have an awesome PGA professional here in Townsville, and he is, he's just got coaching in his veins. He loves to see people play well, and he keeps it so simple. He's just the best coach, because he just keeps it really plain, and and really easy. So yeah, I love his video blogs. I love going over to see him and catching up with him. I've had a couple of lessons myself with him because I cheat a little using his video blogs and asking the questions that I want him to answer. So yeah, no, he's been really great. So we're working on more video blogs, and we're hoping that Tim Herrier as well gets a little more involved with our video blogs, and because he's another great coach, you know. I mean, you don't get to be the coach of Anthony Robbins without being really good at what you do.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've already got one, but let's say that I didn't. Where do I go to get one? Where can I buy one of these?
Okay, you can go to our website at www.golfswingrightnow.com. It's on the front page, you can't miss it, or you can head to the shop there. You know, if you were to go to your local golf store or your local golf club and let them know that you would like to buy one, they can contact us and we can supply through them, and, you know, perhaps even provide an email for them to share with the rest of their clients, you know. So yeah, so it doesn't hurt to go and ask at one of the shops, and we can start supplying shops local to you, which saves postage for the buyer. Hey, so yeah.
Awesome. So the grip, not that I'm unhappy with the grip is awesome, but I am very picky about the grips on my irons. So when I order one, can I customize the grip? And if not, can I take it to my local golf shop and have a new grip put on it?
Definitely, that is a definite. It's probably one thing that there are a few people who, because we ask for the good, the bad, and the amazing, of course, in our reviews. And one thing that people have not been 100%, some people have not been 100% on, is the grip. So yes, of course, they are easily changed. The reason it's got that little magnet on the end is part of our secret.
No, wait a minute. What's secret? I noticed the magnet, and I was just like, oh, cool. Yeah, and I moved on, and now I'm going to think about it. Great. Awesome.
Yeah, you'll be the first to know, Ricky.
So you have a ton of other products on the website. What other products do you have that you're selling right now? And are there any of those a big focus coming up, or is it just mostly the product that I have in my hands?
The product that you have in our hand is our feature product. That's the one that started the whole company and the reason we're still working all together. The floating golf balls actually do really well. And sometimes as a joke, there are, like, you know, we've had a couple of ladies ring up and say, do they actually float? Yes. I'd like to buy 4 for my husband, just as a trick, you know. He keeps hitting the water. Okay. So, and the other guy, a couple of other people have bought them, but one particular guy said that he was, this is probably not very environmentally friendly, but he was hitting golf balls into the ocean. He lives in Western Australia on the beach. I'm like, wow. And he goes, yeah, so we figure if we get floating golf balls, they'll come back in with the waves. So that's why, yeah, the floating golf balls have been quite popular.
I've never even thought of it. That's a pretty, I don't live by the ocean by any means, but that's really funny. We were just talking about how hot it is here. The ocean wouldn't be able to survive as hot as it is here. So
I thought we were here, but yeah.
I didn't tell you when we started that this was going to take, it was a 30-minute show and it would fly by. We're almost at 30 minutes the way it is, but I got a few more questions. We have the lightning round to come up, but what's next for the product? Like, what's in the immediate future? And I know you're not going to be able to tell me exactly what's next, but talk a little bit about some things that are coming down the pipeline for the rest of 2016.
Sure. Well, we are really going to work hard on getting our new next part of our development, our next piece of, it's a value that is just going to explode golf, you know, because I think a lot of issues with people not playing golf is just that it's so intimidating. You're hitting this tiny little white ball at the end of this really long club, and you don't know what to do with your hands or your arms or whatever. So this is really going to help people get started and feel confident enough to have a club in their hands and to have a shot at that little white ball. So, so there's that. We also have a ladies club coming up.
Very
and
cool.
we're going to be working very hard on like marketing is so important. It doesn't matter how great your product is and how cool it is, and you guys it is. If we don't get the word out and we don't make sure people know that we're a company that's going to be around for the long haul. One of the guys we had on board for a little while, he's an innovation specialist, and he said, I can see this being a 30-year product. It doesn't seem to be. It's something that people will be able to use for a really long time. So we'll be focusing on getting it to more golf clubs, making sure they know about it, making sure coaches know about it, so they can share the word with their clients, and making sure that big businesses know how valuable it could be in their workplace, keeping their staff motivated to get up, because there is a huge impact, if it's not already impacting, it's coming very shortly, to compensation claims and things like that for people who aren't getting up out of their seats for that, that 5 minutes every hour or so. So, and just the health implications of sitting for such a long time. Ricky.
I was just going to say we should have done this standing up. My God, I feel horrible. I'm sitting down. I sit at work. But I am going to the gym later, so I will be standing up for the duration of that, I think. Except for when I'm sitting when I'm in the sauna. Yeah, besides that, I'll be standing, walking, running, biking. No, okay, I can't bike because I'm sitting when I'm biking. Oh, I give up. I can't work out.
But you're moving. Aerobics. Yeah, that's all good.
So before we go, we have this really fun segment called the lightning round. It's 9 questions that are not even all about the product. It's about golf and you and the world of golf. So are you ready for your lightning round?
I'm ready.
And I used to call it the lightning round because it was fast, and I need to change this branding because it's not fast anymore. And I immediately want to say that they're fast. They're not fast. I should just call it the back 9 or something, because I don't know. I need to talk to my marketing department about that.
So the pressure can come off a bit. It doesn't have to be fast. Good.
There are a lot of golf courses in Australia. I know a handful, and I'm curious, what's your favorite?
My favorite is my local here at Rose Bay. It's right on the ocean. It's just beautiful. It's a tiny little club that is super friendly. They have ladies golf days, beginner golf days, step up days. It's just a beautiful place to be, and the weather's perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jealous. Keep talking about how awesome your weather is. It's winter there, and you said it was 78 degrees. Yeah. So I have to assume I know a couple of people that might be on this list, but who's your favorite PGA Tour player?
Okay. Well, I actually rang Cleet earlier on, and I thought it might be better to get his idea of what, his favorite PGA. And my favorite tour player at the moment is Jason Day. He's awesome. He's Aussie. He's hard, he's raised in a home that wasn't particularly wealthy. He had a hard life growing up, and he's just really a really genuine person who's doing really well. Cleet's favorite tour player is an old guy. It's Greg Norman. He just loved Greg Norman's form, and yeah. So
awesome.
That's
Good.
it.
Good answer. I like that. So, what's your favorite PGA Tour major? Do you have one? Do you watch any of the 4 major championships, or even the 5th major, as they call it now, with the Players Championship?
Well, I have been watching, because we don't get as much airtime. Golf doesn't get a lot of airtime in Australia, or maybe it's just Queensland. I don't know. So I watch it when it's on TV. Whatever's on, I'm watching it, because I admire those guys so much. Just their skill on getting a ball to the green. Being a beginner myself, getting a ball on the green, that's awesome. So I love watching it. We don't get a lot of it, so yeah.
So I've been playing for a long time, and I've not had one. But as a beginner, and if you say yes to this, I'm going to be sad. But have you had an ace yet, or have you been close?
I've been close. And that's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going back to the course, because I can do it. I've done it.
I feel like I'm either going to have like 12 or I'm going to never have one until I'm like 90. And I'll get one in my last round and I'll get hit by lightning or something after I get it. I'm fine with that as long as I get one to have that satisfaction. So we just jump onto an elevator. Sell me one of these in the time it takes us to reach our destination.
Okay. So you love golf?
I do.
Oh, awesome. You have the perfect device for you to play anywhere, anytime. You can play in your lounge room. You can have a swing in your kitchen. You got a guy who swings it while the kettle's boiling, and it really gives you the confidence to go on the course knowing that you have perfected your swing, because this is so specific. You swing, you can see if you're over that golf ball or if you've really struck the point. No, is that 30 seconds or do I have more?
You had me, I can swing anywhere, and you just kept going, and I was already buying. I was on the website on my phone, and I'm sold. What is your all-time favorite golf movie?
Okay, that one I rang Cleet for as well, and he said it's a really old one. It's called Follow the Sun.
I've never heard of that. I need to go check that out.
It's the story of Ben Hogan.
I have never even heard of that.
He had an accident, and he came back from that accident and played brilliant golf.
Wow. I knew about the accident, but I didn't know that there was a movie. Very cool.
Yeah.
So you did your research here because you knew I was going to ask a lot of these same questions. So, but now this next one, being new to the game of golf, out of all the golf courses that you've ever seen, both on TV and in Australia, what's the one course that you cannot wait to play?
Okay. The Sanctuary Cove Resort. It just looks magnificent.
I don't know what that is, and I just the name of it.
It's on the Gold Coast in Australia. Yeah.
Awesome. I've not been to Australia yet. I need to fix that.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
You need to plan a trip.
Well, I had coffee this morning with somebody in the office that just got back because we just brought on a new facility in the Grange Golf Club, and I was like, he's taking pictures, and he just got back like 2 days ago, and I'm like, that's not fair. I want to go. So I don't know how much you know about Tiger, the guy that's sitting above me, and the record that he is and has been and maybe forever will be chasing. But do you think Tiger breaks Jack's record? And I have to ask that regardless of who the guest is because, well, Tiger.
And I'm going to keep you happy, Ricky, and say yes.
Ooh,
absolutely.
Yes. Next. Best interview ever. You don't even need to explain why. We'll just leave it at that. Just yes, okay. She thinks he breaks the record. Awesome. And your final question of your hashtag Wednesday match play is what's next for this product right here? I know you've talked a little bit about some of the new products, but in the immediate future, what's next for this product?
In the immediate future, you're going to see it coming through from your golf coach, from your workplace, and just anywhere where somebody loves golf. You're going to see one of those in their hands. And they're going to be saying, have a feel of this. You can feel the feel.
You can feel the feel. I love that. I should rename this to hashtag feel the feel. I'm not going to do that. But I cannot thank you enough for coming on tonight. This has been a fantastic interview. It's been great getting to know you. My day's wrapping up. Your day's just getting started. But I can't thank you enough, and I'm really excited to share this product. I'm going to take it to work tomorrow, and I'm going to start swinging it in my desk and just be like, sorry, guys, I was told last night that I'm supposed to be every 5 minutes I'm supposed to swing this for an hour. See, I know that I flipped that, not every hour, 5 minutes, but let's see.
Makes you happy, Ricky.
Let's see how fast that takes me to get away with that. But thank you so much. I will look forward to sharing this with everyone on my end. And as always, on the hashtag Wednesday Match Play, you have to remember to eat, sleep, golf.